Welcome to Tarot by the Moon. This is Tasha at Tarot by the Moon. Hello everyone, hope you're all well. Thank you so much for all the support I've been shown for the last reading, which was a bit special, the Starseed Activation reading with the Starset Oracle by Rebecca Campbell. I hope you enjoyed it. Many of you give me some nice feedback. If you haven't checked it out, do check it out. Do have a little look at that. As I say, it's a little bit different. But bear in mind, we are in the month of Gemini. We are in the season of Gemini. And if Gemini asks us to do one thing, it's to remain open-minded. So please remain open-minded. A lot of the concepts that we learn about spiritually, I find, certainly on my spiritual path, there'll be times when I'll think, when I can think back and thought, I don't quite understand that, or it's a bit too much for me, or it's a bit far out for me, or something. And I've had it come back to it at a later date, and of course it's all made perfect sense by then. So don't worry if you are feeling like that about any of those things. As I say, just remain in an open-minded, curious state, and take what resonates for you, and just leave it if it doesn't. So welcome, hello. This is take 2. I've actually done this is the second one I've had to do. Now, I'll chat to you about that in a little minute. Hello, Mr. Murray. Mr. Murray's come to say hello. Beautiful Mr. Murray. There was an awful lot of barking in the last one. Also, I got cut off twice. But people who follow my channel all the time, and I know there's a fair few of you, you couldn't write it, okay? And if you'd like me to put the video out anyway, even though it's sort of been cut off and it's not very professionally done and whatever, I can put it out just for your curiosity anyway, so let me know and I'll do that. You will not believe it. Temperance came out again for the 3rd time in the first position. Also, it's a Libra day. It's a Libra card energy. In the Gemini season, it's a Libra day today. We're halfway through the moon phase as well. So this is all about pushing ourselves on a bit, keeping going towards those goals, overcoming any obstacles that are in the way to that. I will say, I feel like it's been a busy couple of days in the collective. I'm feeling like a lot of you are feeling quite busy. Some of you might not have had that time, or given yourself a bit of a break, or a bit of downtime, a bit of me time, a bit of day off. So if you haven't, please consider doing that. Libra day today, Libra day tomorrow, and leading into the day after. Perfect time to do it if you haven't already. If you have, great, let's push on, because it's that sort of pushing on energy. But if you haven't, pushing on sometimes is dropping out for a day. You're going to get more, we're going to accomplish more towards those goals, towards those things that we planted at the beginning of the month, if we take the appropriate measures to drop out when we're being nudged to. Okay, so consider, if you've been feeling like that, consider this your nudge. So yeah, really excited. So I thought, I deliberated, and I thought, no, I'm going to start again with a shuffle. I'll tell you about the Temperance coming out again for the 3rd time in our area of our head, our thoughts and our thought processes. So that's interesting. And what, like I say, I can put the whole video on for you, so you can see what was coming up as it was coming up for me. But it did feel like we're being very much guided to put just one baby step in front of the other at the minute, and just focus on one in breath and one out breath, because there's so many uploads, downloads, sideways loads coming at us spiritually at the minute, not just for myself but for all of us. And to remember that it's not a race, that there's no right or wrong way, that we're not in competition with each other in any sense. We're only growing organically and as we should, and coming to more and more understandings, but the pace is definitely gathering. So if you're starting to feel a little bit, like I say, if you're starting to feel a little bit overwhelmed or wherever, do drop in with your breathing. Do the 3 belly breaths, that I've taught you guys before. So you breathe in, fill your abdomen up, fill your belly right up as much as you can. Hold it for about 8 seconds. And push all the air out on the exhale through your mouth. Pull in and drop that out, okay? And just doing it once will slow you right down, bring you back into a flow. If you do it 3 times, just, there's no right and wrong way, just keep doing it, keep practicing it, you'll get better and better at it. If you can't do it for the full 8 seconds, do it for 4. do what you can, but the point is to hold the breath in just for a couple of seconds and then release slowly and gently, okay? So I hope that helps. So let's start again and see what comes up. Yeah. We're just going to call in the highest vibration of love and only love into this reading for ourselves, for the planet we live on, for Mother Gaia, for the universe, for all of the other planets, for all of the other interdimensional life in galaxies that we don't even know exist right now, for the whole entire universe, for all of the animals that live on this planet, including ourselves, including the human animal, all of the multitude of manifestations of nature that live here in different varied species, whether they be in plant form, mineral form, aquatic, birds, mammals, insects, bacteria, and everything in between. Nothing but the highest vibration of love and compassion, and only the very highest vibration of love and compassion, and radical compassion if necessary. You're a tarot by the moon, and so it is, my loves. Okay, so as I say, bit of a false start today. So I'm just going to go in now and see what happens now. Now, I thought it was wonderful, the Temperance came out straight away. Like I say, I'm quite interested. If you did want me to upload the video, I think I might anyway, just as a spare one for you guys. And you can see it unfold as it unfolded then, because I was just like, that just says to me that we are holding a vibration. We're holding a vibration of temperance, of balance, of peace, of love. We're learning how to create. We're learning how to stand. Ooh, card's really chopsy today. And do you know what else? It flew out straight away, like almost immediately. Quicker than that, if anything. 4 fallen to the floor. 5 fallen. Where are we doing this? Right, okay. No. But also asking maybe where we still need to work on that temperance was coming up. So we've actually got 5 cards today. I'll reject those because they fell that way, okay? Sometimes a few more come out, as you know, for consideration for us. It'll all make sense once we get going now. Okay. Anyway, so I've decided to start again. And again, we've got completely different energy now, an hour or two later. Got King of Cups coming up in our area of air. For any new subscribers, this is a collective tarot reading. This is a free tarot reading, by the way. It's completely free to use. If you subscribe, it's completely free. Neither myself nor YouTube will ever ask you for any money at all. If anyone approaches you via any of the media platforms at all and asks you if you want a reading, it's not me. I would not do that. You will need to contact me if you would require a personal reading from me. Okay, my loves, and you can do that just by leaving me a message in the box below, and I'll arrange it with you. I'll get back to you. Okay, my darlings. So just remember that. So let's go in. King of Cups. So this is the element spread, as I always explain to you, just for any new viewers. So we've got air, water, fire, and earth. You don't need to be any particular sign. It's collective. Just take what resonates, so you leave the rest behind. You might find it really resonates strongly with your personal life, or you might see how it resonates and fits in with the world and humanity at large. Okay, so it's what I call microcosm, macrocosm, because that is absolutely right. What we see in our daily lives is reflected in the world outside, and what's happening in the world outside does get reflected back into our daily lives. It's a thing. So this is why it's so important to remember what we're healing, even if it's a small thing in our everyday lives, the small things within ourselves. That's where revolution really begins. It's internal. It does change the world. It does make massive changes out there in the ethers. It causes ripples, it causes vibrations, okay? So that being said, we've got a King of Cups coming up in the area of air. Now, air represents our collective thought processes, mental energy, and all our mental health and all of that sort of thing there, okay? Now, we've got a beautiful King of Cups here today. And this is all about emotional stability. I mean, the Cups are an emotional suit. They are the most emotional suit. They are the suit that represents emotions, in fact, deep emotions. But when we got a King, I'd like to say this is a level of emotional maturity that we're reaching. This is very mature. In this particular deck of cards by Jane Wallace that I'm using today, it's actually a little mantra there that says, I am my own anchor. And I love that because it's about reaching a level of understanding that we're not looking outside of ourselves. You know, even people who follow my channel, I say, you know, don't take my word as gospel. You apply your own wisdom. You take what works for you, and don't worry about anything else that I've said that doesn't. You take your own wisdom. You know, this is one of my astrologers that I follow said that interesting thing was that we've come out of the age of Pisces and now we're in the age of Aquarius, right? And the age of Pisces is like about like looking externally for a guru, yeah, because it's a very that's the energy of it. So that's why we were all sort of sold on to various religions and whatever. But now the age of Aquarius is asking us to actually look to ourselves for the answers. Yes, have wisdom. Yes, have a look at what other people are saying on YouTube or read books or do all of those things. But actually know in your own inner knowing that you are your own anchor, okay? I love that. There's a level of maturity, as I say, the fact that he's a king, the fact that he's risen through the ranks there from page to knight to king. It's maturity. It's knowing that he's got everything he needs. His soul truly knows the way. Truly knows the way. He's got that beautiful golden light coming from up above there, lighting up his crown, falling over his face. And he knows his way around. He's there. He's in that kelp forest. We talked about the kelp forest here before in this particular deck of cards. But he's a guy that, like, if you were lost in that kelp forest, he's the one you'd want to follow. He's, you know, follow this guy. He knows his way around. He knows his way around. So this has come up in our area of air. This is very much knowing. And knowing that's grown from I'm just looking at lotus there as well, the way they grow and everything, that's come from temperance. That's come from the temperate energy and the temperate balance of the elements within ourselves and understanding how it all works and how it all fits together. That's how we arrive at that level of emotional intelligence and security within ourselves. So that's where we're up to. I'm so pleased to see that there. In the area of water, we've got the Ace of Pentacles. It's nice to see an ace. It's always lovely to see an ace in any tarot reading at all. It's a lot of tarot readers, traditionally in tarot readings, in fact, if you didn't see an ace, you were to start again. And if you kept repeating not getting an ace, you should abandon the idea for another day. So it's really good sign from spirit when we get an ace in our tarot reading. It's really strong. The particular ace that we've got is the Ace of Pentacles, and this is a very earthy energy. This is about like actual earthly rewards. This is about things we can count and feel and see in our hands, not just the spiritual. And don't get me wrong, those things are tied to the spiritual. It's all tied to each other. This came up in the area of our heart, actually, and it's about being rewarded for all that you do. So yeah, in your heart you might be feeling very grounded right now. That's what I mean about this emotional maturity that's filtering down through the air, in our minds there. We know, we understand, we've understood so much, we've come through so much. And now there's a feeling of groundedness and stability within our heart chakra. And that's quite indestructible. That's like remembering the gold in our hearts that they cannot steal. It's always a phrase I like to use that a lot of my friends have heard me say many times, and I've got a story attached to it, which I'll keep for another time, another show sort of thing. But anyway, they can never steal the gold from our hearts. Okay, they can never take the gold from our hearts. No. And that's what this is showing me, because it's the element of money, abundance and things like that, and it's an Ace of Pentacles. It's come up in our area of hearts. This is obviously the gold in our heart that is so stable right now. That golden hearted energy. That beautiful golden hearted, grounded, knowing that all of the good that you have put out is coming back to you. Knowing that your good karma is winging its way in. You may have already started to receive signs of it with this card come out. You may already have seen good fortune coming in, or you may have good fortune coming in very soon. but there's just a feeling of knowing there. And of course, it's that law of attraction thing again, isn't it? Of when you know that, when you get into the vibration of that, and when you get to feel as happy as if that was the actual news that you had in front of you, that's what brings in those miracles. And it may not be many, but you may get a showering of generosity being shown to you from people by various different ways that people show you generosity. You know, you might just be having generally on a lucky streak. And then it's about being appreciative of all of that. And then seeing that being added to and added to and added to. And realising that it's limitless what we can manifest for ourselves. Okay, but that gold in our hearts, that's absolutely precious. That's one thing that can never be taxed, stolen, or any of those things. And it's what's propelling us forward to create a new earth. Coming up in our area of fire, beautiful King of Wands, right there in his element. Fiery suit, a king of the fieriest suit. The rods represent fire. So in his dignity there, as we say, the King of Wands is right in his dignity there, coming up in the area of fire, which affects our solar plexus, which affects our passions, our creativity, and our will, also very emotional area. But it's the way where the heart is the heart, that's the portal, and then the solar plexus, creativity and all the drive and all of that, that's how we manifest, that's how we put it out there, outside of ourselves and into the world. So the King of Wands coming up in that actual area is like so, it's very on point, it's very, there's a word I'm looking for, it's not coming to me, I'm so sorry. It's in its dignity, let's put it like that. You've got the sunflowers representing abundance, you've got that rod in his hand representing fertility, he's got that look upon his face, that uplifted energy in his other hand over his heart chakra there, over his solar plexus chakra I should say, holding the other sunflower. And he's ready to go forward with absolute confidence. I mean, look at the guy's face, absolute inspired confidence, I'd say even. I'd say he stepped through some kind of a portal there as well. That sun behind him. Is it a sun or is it some kind of fiery portal he's come through? Purification. Knowing what the way forward, knowing what he has to do, holding the vision of temperance, working with his guides, working with the spirit realm, knowing that he's protected, knowing that he's moving forward in the right direction, bringing manifestations to life. I'm seeing here as well, there's a knight here now. What we got in our area of earth is a Knight of Pentacles, and actually a knight is very Knight of Pentacles is like this, I've explained this to you guys many times, the slowest knight of all. He's the slowest but the surest. When we see a Knight of Pentacles, we know we are definitely going to get our goal. But it might feel as if it's never going to happen when we got the Knight of Pentacles. And this is what's manifesting in the day-to-day, okay? So while we're pulling all of this beautiful, regal, mature, kingly energy through, okay, in the day-to-day, in the 3D, in the human world, it might not feel as if it's going as quickly as we'd like it to, as we can envision it, swishing along. But what we're feeling in the day-to-day doesn't feel like that. We don't see it. He's looking, is it coming? Yeah, it's coming. It's a way off. But one thing's for sure, when we get a Knight of Pentacles, it's definitely coming. Wherever he sets his goals on, his sights on, always comes in. The ship is always coming in when we get this one. It just feels very, very slow. And again, I'm coming back to my original reading that I did earlier on for you guys that didn't quite come out. I was very much getting an energy of, we need to slow down, because it's massive the amount of downloads, spiritual downloads that we're processing, the amount of sort of realizations that we're having that we can be this mature and that we can create and that we do have this gold in our hearts and that we can manifest everything that we need and we can be so successful and bring in such wonderful gifts for ourselves and for others around us. But actual in the day-to-day, it feels very slow, and then that can cause you to doubt, that can cause you to trip up and set you back. And what I was getting through a lot in the original reading was one step in front of the other. One step in front of the other, baby steps, one breath at a time. Okay, and if sometimes it's overwhelming, and this came up in the original read, so I'll repeat it. Sometimes when you get in a spiritual awakening or spiritual healing, it can feel very overwhelming, and you can find yourself being so blown away by all this fascinating stuff that you're finding out and everything that's fitting together and all the dominoes that are falling over for you and whatever, that you sort of start looking at things and reading things and watching things and going down all sorts of curious rabbit holes, which are absolutely fascinating and everything, to find out the truth, to find out more and more and more and more. And you end up exhausting yourself. You end up absolutely exhausting yourself. And it's the spirit asking you to step back. Because what I'm seeing here is progression, 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 and then a knight. So we've gone king, king, knight. It's a little, feels like a little step backwards in the day to day. But sometimes we have to do that. That's the way it is. This is what I'm being shown now. That's the way it is. It feels frustrating, but sometimes we literally have to take, what's that song? That old song, 2 steps, 1 step back, 2 steps forward, 1 step back. Why am I getting there? Paul and Abdul, 2 steps forward, 1 step back. It feels like that, and it is there. We're still taking 1 step forward then, haven't we, if you do the math, yeah? So don't get frustrated by that, and don't get bogged down by that. But if you feel like you're getting overwhelmed, take a break from it. Okay, go for a nice walk, ground your energy. The trick is, during this awakening phase that we're in, that humanity's in, and that the whole planet is going through this dimensional shift and everything, the trick is to stay grounded while processing all of this, while evolving, while ascending, evolving, whatever you prefer to think of it as, is to actually stay very grounded. So to be in the world but not of the world and all of that kind of thing. And it's not easy. I'm learning all the time. I'm learning every day. I'm far from a master of it. I realise that I have the capabilities to master it, but I'm learning all the time. It's a big lesson that I'm here to learn, I'm sure, as many of us are, so that we can pass this along and help others along. I hope this makes sense, my loves. It's coming through very strongly. The energy's very strong right now. Okay, there's something else coming up here that I need to chat to you guys about. I'm being shown this now. Someone here watching this reading, in particular, there's a lot of competition going on. There's an awful lot of competition going on. There feels like there's a competitive edge to something, and I feel like it is business related. There's a Knight of Cups here on the table that wanted to come out also. Okay, and he's got an offer to make, actually, this knight. He's a beautiful knight. He's learning to be patient. It says, I know I'm waiting for the right person. Will wait until I'm ready. He's learning, he's healing, he's learning to be patient with himself. He's in fact a younger version of the younger sibling of this beautiful king that came out first. But what I'm being shown here as a double reading sort of thing is, and it's really strong right now, somebody's got some kind of business issue going on, or a business proposition going on. Okay, it potentially is going to throw you off balance. It's potentially going to throw your beautiful equilibrium right out. The spirits and the angels are trying to alert you to this. It feels like there's a lot of competition going on here, and there's the possibility, if you're not careful, of actually sort of it's like you've achieved so much, you've gone so far forward. That's what I'm being shown. But you want to be careful it doesn't slip back as well. You don't want it to regret. There's a decision to be made, and you don't want to. What is this? I'm going to do one more cup of glass. What this is? Somebody, can we have some more guidance on what this is, please? Somebody, straight away. Very quick. Right. 4 of Swords very quickly came out. I take the time I need to rediscover my vitality. Somebody here just needs to stop for a minute, okay? 4 Swords is about healing. It's about dropping out. Sometimes it's about somebody who hasn't been very well, or had a minor surgery, or a minor injury or something like that even as well. So if this is making sense, I don't I mean, sometimes when I'm doing a reading, if I stop and think about what I'm saying, it don't make much sense. But I'm sure wherever you are, you'll be going, yeah, and you'll get back to me and you'll let me know what this is, because it's to do with some money coming in, right? It's possibly I'm feeling like it's possibly to do with a claim or something like that. But that just might be my front brain stabbing at that now. Let me know anyway. You're being asked to drop out of there very much, okay? This is what it is. No, this is what it is. Okay. Okay. I can't look at this one again, apparently. Okay. Okay. So you've been asked to make a decision, or you're pressuring yourself to make a decision, wherever this is, and you're tempted to go with the quick and obvious route, but Spirit is urging you not to do that. Spirit is urging you to take the route that actually seems very slow, a lot slower. That is going to be the surer way. Not only is it going to be the surer way, but you're going to gain more out of it in the long run. I'm being shown that very clearly. In the long run, there's a huge winding path behind this knight, which was highlighted to me very clearly then. This huge winding road winds on and on and on. He's up to that mountain, and that mountain behind's got a huge sun behind it. And that's how they were showing it to me, was if you take the counterintuitive offer, if you take the offer that doesn't seem on the front of it so appealing or so quick, you'll do better in the long run financially for somebody. Much better, much more secure. The mountain and the sun and that long winding path says it all to me. And literally, this card I was being asked to show, to consider closely. So take your time with it, all right? Especially if you've hurt yourself, injured yourself, or have been very recovering from something. Take your time with it, and take the counterintuitive, the less obvious, slightly longer, slower way of resolving this issue for whoever that is, because I feel like there's a lot of possibilities of ways you could be resolving it, if that makes sense, and there's a lot of competition for that, but that's the one you need to go with. It's the one that feels like it's far off. It feels like, really, that one? Yeah, that one. Okay, I'm sure you'll know what that is, wherever that's for. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed the reading, and I hope it's meant something to you guys. Thank you for sticking with me. Please give me a like, share, subscribe, drop a comment in the box below. I'd love to hear from you all. I've had absolutely amazing connections with some of you guys this week, and you know who you are as well. I've had amazing exchanges of energy. I've had amazing conversations. I've had amazing music. I've had so much love and so much appreciation shown to me, and believe me, every little positive bit of energy like that gets put back into the pot and gets multiplied and sent back out there for the greater good of all. So thank you so much. Please keep it coming. I want to go in now. Now, like I say, a lot of you enjoyed the Starseed Oracle reading last week. And if you'd like a personal Starseed Oracle reading, which is different from a tarot card reading, I'm going to consider giving you, so if you contact me for a personal reading, I might add it as a choice, actually a Starseed activation reading. I'm really feeling a powerful call with that at the minute. As many of you know, I shared the information with you that a lady stepped forward and offered me her services to give me my light seed reading, and she told me she actually validated that I'm in fact a starseed, that I am in fact a Pleiadian starseed, which I always suspected, and that she gave me my Pleiadian star name, which is Azelius, which is from my Pleiadian grandmothers. Absolutely love it. It really resonates. The whole reading really resonated, and ever since then things have been on fire with all of that. And like I say, something I urge you guys to open your minds to. just open your minds up a little bit around all of that, my loves, okay? So let's see what's coming out for the Starseed Oracle today. Let's get one card out for the collective. Let's see what's coming up. Oh. Activated Earth. Ley lines. Trust where you're led. Again, they're showing me that long winding path. That's a gorgeous card. Look at that. These cards are still quite new to me, so I'm just still taking them in myself. I must be rinsing them with you. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. I couldn't describe the colours in them the other day, and after I switched the channel off, it came to me. It's one of my favourite palettes, actually, because it's like pebble colours. It's like beach colours. It's like those colours you see in pebbles and on the beach on a soft light day. Absolutely love them. So yes, activated Earth. Trust where you're led. So on a personal level, for whoever was trying to resolve something here, trust where you're led. Just trust it. And I mean trust it. Don't take no fear down that path with you. Just trust it, okay? It'll be so much more abundant. Doesn't that path behind just perfectly correlate with that path as well? See what I mean? Power places, ley lines, trust where you're led. Let's have a little look from the book, because as I say, it's a brand new oracle set and I'm not overly familiar with it. What have I done with that? Well, I would, my darlings, have a see. Excuse me a minute. Oh. This is what happens when you start a reading and then you stop a reading and then you come back to a reading. I'm so sorry about this, you guys. I can't seem to find the little booklet that goes with that at the minute. Oh dear. Just having one of those days for the channel today, yeah? I'm going to leave it there a minute. I can see the box for it. No. No. This for the other one. How odd. How very odd. Okay. No, sorry about that, my darlings. Seems to have confounded me for a minute. Well, I'll drop that back in for you all at another time. Activated Earth. Well, let's just have a look what it tells us intuitively. Ley lines, trust where you're led, power places. Power places are, this time of year, I want to say in the summer especially, power places are very, very popular this time of year, leading up midsummer through the summer. Festival season, you got Stonehenge, you got your Avebury, you got your obvious ones, but there may be some, in your area where you live. Perhaps you don't need to go and be in a big crowd like that unless you were lucky enough. Maybe some of you are planning trips like that throughout the summer, and that's what it's showing us. Maybe it's showing us there's something special coming for you around those times. There's also a beautiful beach behind there, I can see. So I mean, I know it sounds corny because we're in the summer, but not to underestimate that either. If there are places that you were fancying going to or being led to, interesting old places, interesting stone circles, beaches, places of beauty and wonder, do go to them, because while you're there as well, it's important this time of year to soak that up. It doesn't have to be it'd be wonderful if we all got together, you know, on the summer solstice or on this special pagan festival or that one or whatever. But any time really that you find yourself at those places is a special time, and you carry your own light there with you. So I'm being shown you very much as well. And a lot of those places are portals, are old portals, star portals. It's just what I'm being shown just intuitively and from the imagery. Are ancient star portals that you can activate your star body through, that you can actually activate light through, that you can anchor energy through yourself and into Mother Earth. You know, it is pretty cosmic. So many of you might be being drawn to going out for days out or little holidays in these kinds of places throughout the summer times now. Have a wonderful time, and I wouldn't be surprised if many of you get back to me and tell me you had some kind of magical, mystical or other experiences while you were at those places. Do research them, and nothing I love to do more than go to somewhere weird or find myself somewhere weird and then come back and find out all about it. And very often you'll find that, oh, you know, that hill we were on, oh, it was an Iron Age 4, oh, it is on a ley line, you know, and all those sorts of things. I think I get a lot of benefit out of that right now. I'm loving that. I'm being shown very clearly here as well, and I need to say this, it's a bit random. The Archangel Sandalphon. I always think it sounds like Sandolphin when I see it written down. Sandalphon. That means something to somebody. Somebody's been working with that particular deity or archangel, or will be seeing that. You might see that after you've got off this reading. You might hear that Sandalphon. Sandalphon. Or you might go on holidays or have a big day out or meet another mystical healer while you're at these places, and they might talk to you about it or something like that. If that rings true, then that's a trigger that there's definitely something in this reading for you. Okay, there was definitely something in this reading for you. It'll be a confirmation of this reading, in fact, is what I'm being shown. It'll be a confirmation of this reading, and your mind will come back to this reading. So do trust where you're led, okay? Like I've said before, the angels, the spirit guides and ancestors are with us all the time, and they're just waiting, okay? They're trying to lead you to these mystical places where you can get healing, where you can meet with like-minded people, where you can activate your chakras, where you can help to activate and anchor energy for new earth that we're creating as well. So yeah, I'm loving that. Sorry I couldn't find a little book there. Maybe I was just meant to go deep into my own intuition there with it, and it's interesting that came through Sandalphon. I don't think that would have come through if I'd read it from the book, and that's quite specific for somebody there, okay? So let's go in. I wanted to do one of the little fairy oracles today. We haven't done one of them for a while. Oracles of Shadow and Light by Lucy Cavendish. Okay, with the artwork by Jasmine Beckett Griffith. It's this one. Which gorgeous person sent to me. Thank you very much. So let's have a little look-see at what these lovelies got for us today. Can we please have something for the viewers? Thank you so much. Right. Fairy of the Divine Hand, Intoxication, Distorted View, Overindulgence. Okay, check this out. Now, I think I know what this is straight away. This is what we were talking. I will have a look at it from the book in a minute, but you know what I was saying earlier on about somebody who is like getting so much spiritual download, so much spiritual awakening that you're getting a bit fraught with it. you're getting a bit wore out with it, you are actually driving yourself a bit crazy with it, which is the last thing we want to do, because then it's that crazy label, isn't it? Remember to stay grounded, remember to pull back from it, remember to just take a break from it and allow the information to settle before you find out any more information. This is what I'm getting you. Distorted view, overindulgence, intoxication. It doesn't just apply to substances, can apply to spiritual questing as well. Okay, can apply to that, can apply to going down too many rabbit holes, can apply to watching one too many tarot readings on YouTube, can apply to anything that is becoming obsessive in nature, and then you get in a distorted view, then you're so wanting to see clearly and see the truth and stand out all of it together, and you're so excited about that, and you're so full of wonder, childlike wonder about how that is and how that is all fitting into life, how you're moving forward with that, etc, etc. They're actually taking in too much of it and getting a distorted view. So do remember to take one step at a time and take deep breaths in between, and drink lots and lots of water and get extra rest. It's very important during spiritual awakening. Just going to read it to you from the little book to see what other insight comes up for us there. Fairy of the Divine Hand, number 46. Number 46, my darlings. I am here to reveal to you what will tempt you. It is delightful, this thing you are being offered, and surely a little won't hurt. I am the Fairy of the Divine Hand, and I appear to you when you are blinded to what you must see. Come and truly examine what is being offered to you. Underneath this apparently harmless fun, maybe spending, partying, distractions and temptations lie disorientation and fear, and things may appear to be quite different than how they truly are. But here, look and look closely. Do you begin to see what will take place if you continue down this path? If you sugarcoat the possibilities of where this may end, do not push down the feelings and warnings you have had. Instead, come a little closer and look. Do you begin to understand that what seems such a small thing may indeed change lives? Take a moment, look, think, connect with your deeper wisdom. Decide whether you will join in with what is tempting you or whether you will watch a while longer and make the wise decision instead. Don't ignore Fairy of the Divine Hand. Thank her for pointing out your addictive tendencies. Acknowledge their power and then disengage and find support for living in clear, bright ways, and don't leave you feeling drained, disoriented and disenchanted. It's the last thing. This is mostly about addictions and everything, and I've just been shown just to do it sort of quickly like that for you, because that sentence really jumped out at me. It can be addictive. Spiritual quest can be just as addictive as anything. But also, obviously, anyone here is being tempted. Maybe you've got on top of a lot of toxic habits. Maybe you'll be going into circumstances where a lot of enticing and toxic substances will be being offered to you. Circumstances, situations. So that's just a little warning there from the fairy realm for you, from the spirit realm, to remember that these sorts of things do throw you off. If it's going to leave you feeling drained, disoriented and disenchanted, it doesn't matter what it is or whether it's right or wrong. It's not the issue. If it's going to leave you feeling any of those things, then you're probably better off saying thanks but no thanks. I hope that is helpful to somebody. I really feel that it is. I know that it's helpful to me always is to remain in that Libra energy, that equilibrium, that temperance, that balanced scale. Okay, just to see the balance, moderation. Just got time for one more request from the Romance Angels, because they wanted to come in as well today. A bit busy this reading today. Thank you for sticking with me. Please give me a like, share and subscribe. Please leave me a comment in the box below. Please get in touch with me and share your beautiful energy with me in any way you can. Please continue to love each other and support each other and shine your beautiful lights out in the world. Whew, what was that one? Your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. Now, that doesn't just mean the obvious, I always think, with this card. It can mean that. It's like, oh, somebody from one religion's fallen in love with somebody from the other religion. No, what it means is the lessons you were learning as you go along this path towards romantic fulfillment. Maybe you've got your eye on somebody, you've got a crush on somebody, or there's something cocking with somebody, okay? The lessons that you're learning, your soul lessons that you were learning while you were on this quest to find love, are also part of your spiritual path. And they really are. They so are. They so are, honestly, my loves. Oh, good God, I could do a whole show about that. So yeah, it's fascinating. Now, it could literally have the literal meaning, of course, but I don't feel like it is this. I always feel like it's a bit deeper. I always feel that the lessons you're learning in your love life are actually helping you to progress along your spiritual path, and that's that. So, those might be quite painful lessons, those might be quite tricky lessons to understand, but they are helping you. They are helping you to speak to your spirit guides. They are helping you to figure out what you do and don't want, which is definitely part of your spiritual path. They are helping you to improve your intuition, which is definitely part of your spiritual path. They are helping you to understand how divine pleasure works and how that is indeed part of your spiritual path also. And all of it, self-love, of course, which is, one of the biggest parts of spiritual awakening also. So I hope this helps. It's been a really busy reading, I want to say. Really, really busy. Such a lot of stuff wanted to come out there. I feel like I could go on, but I'm going to leave it at that. 46 minutes and 44 seconds is enough of anyone's time. Thank you very much. You're all wonderful people. I hope something in this has resonated. I hope something has helped. Please rest, take care, drink lots of water, especially if you feel these messages have landed with you. Please stay in touch. Please continue to give me support. It means the world to me. I love you all so much from the bottom of my heart, and I'll be back in to check in with you guys soon. Lots of love and lots of light. Oh, and let me know if you'd like the other video uploaded, even though it didn't quite come out, because it is really interesting, and I just about get the initial 4 cards out, and then I decide to stop. But I think it's probably quite entertaining and interesting that the Temperance card came out. There's lots of dog action on that one as well, so anyway, I'll leave you guys. Thank you so much. Love you all so much. Speak to you soon. Bye.